Hello everyone. I'm going to explain how I'm in process of creating a RAG system for a tuition company. So this chatbot will explain how the policies of the tuition. If people ask any question, it will tell them how much is the charge, what time the lessons are happening, like that. So this is how to build it. This is a workflow here, or flow chart. So the person will send the inquiry here, the user, and it will go into min search. So we already have the data. We have all type of questions that people normally ask and the answers. So if the person asks a question, we're using a min search. So it will process inside here min search retrieval system, and it will retrieve the relevant documents, relevant questions that are similar to the questionnaire, question. When the result comes out, it will be put in another function, context builder. What will happen is going to make it like a string. At the beginning, it will come out as a dictionary, Python dictionary, JSON file. And once it goes to this context, it will go to LLM. LLM, which is ChatGPT, or I'm using ChatGPT, OpenAI. And also, the question, it will be fed to two places. Once it will be fed to the min search, again the question will be fed into, mixed with the context, going to LLM. So LLM will create a conversation out of those results. So you can choose how many documents you should pull, but I've chosen like 5 relevant documents based on the question. So, and large language model is gonna make it conversational and is going to produce the answer. So let's have a look. I'm importing the library here. This .env is for the pulling on the API key for OpenAI. The data is saved somewhere, so I'm just pulling it. If you want to see the actual data, here it is. This document, data.json here. So these are the questions that I prepared. As you can see, that's a query. What's the hourly math tuition price? There's map context and there's expected answer. So over here we're opening the file and we're examining it. This is one item out of 115 items. Going down, we are indexing it using min search. I was just checking how many types of categories we have. And over here, this is a function for retrieving. So once you ask a question, it will retrieve. So the question was asked here, and these are the 5 results retrieved. As you can see, I've allowed 5 results here. So these are results. I'm going down now. RAG system. R means retrieval. So this is what has been retrieved. If we use retrieval, it's called retrieval augmented generation. So you retrieve the documents, and LLM actually generates conversation. So first we're going to try retrieval and then generation, and then we're going to combine by augmenting it. So here, generation, OpenAI. This is a function using ChatGPT 4.1. So the question is asked. Look, he's not answering very well. He said, what are his qualifications? The answer is, I'm happy to help. Could you please specify who you're referring to? But if you ask the same question here, let's ask the same question here. What are his qualifications? What are his qualifications? As you can see, it's giving the right answers. Imperial College. But ChatGPT is not answering, because The reason we need a RAG is for the data that's not existing in ChatGPT, like company policies and specific topic that is not general. So now we're going to mix it, augmentation. We're going to mix the context with the question, with the search result. Yes, search result, which is context. So over here, I'm creating a document for context here. I've got the context now. I'm combining it now. This is going to be my prompt now. Your task is to answer questions. So mixing the question and the context. Now over here, if you come down here, look, it's actually answering the question now, because the prompt is all this. This is the prompt. It has instructions, question, and context. Also, I'm going to build a big function. Now the context is just something that I added here based on the question I know, but I'm going to automate it now. So I've created this function which is called RAG. What does a RAG do? It has inner function in it, search function. So the question will be input into RAG. It will search, produce search results. Search result combined with question will be in another function called build prompt. We'll combine them to produce a prompt, and the prompt will go to LLM to produce the answer. So the search function which you've seen earlier, this is the one. And let me show you the build prompt function. Build prompt function here. It takes the search results to begin with and convert it. Actually, no, there's another function called build context. So build prompt is here. It has inner function build context and user prompt. Build context, it will convert the search results into a string, and then it will use user prompt here. User prompt is defined here. It's just putting the question and context together. So here, user prompt is combining question and the context from build context. And finally, it goes to LLM. LLM function is here. LLM function is also adding instructions there. What are the instructions here? Instructions is here. Is informing it that it should be 100% faithful, not answer any questions that are not in the document. So now, if you look at LLM, and we're testing it now. So here, new question. I'm sorry, I don't have that specific information. Regarding you can book online math in the evening. Okay, maybe it's not in the results. So what I'll do, I'll ask in a different way. Okay, what are the times I can book? Yeah, it tells you the time. Yeah, time on the weekend. Yeah, okay, how about weekdays? Let me ask about weekdays. What are the times for weekdays? Oh yeah, it gives you the answer. Actually, this function is just showing the cost of the question, how much it costed me. So 36 out of that big number. So it's a small amount. It's not even $1. ChatGPT, how much it's charging me. I've already added here in the formula. It's charging 20 cents per 1 million tokens for input, and for output is 0.80 cents per 1 million. And yeah, that's it. And now I'll show you all the functions combined in this diagram here. So we've got the search function which receives the question. The question goes to search function, and then there's TF-IDF. You should know that. You can Google that. That's how it searches, and it produces search results. Then you've got the build prompt. Build prompt, what does it do? It takes search results. Build prompt, inside it is another function called build context. So it takes search result, convert it to context in string. It also receives the question and is put in the prompt formatting, mixing the question and context. After that, it goes to the actual prompt, user prompt, which will go into the LLM to produce the result. But it also needs an global variable instructions, which are coming from here. And that's all. Thank you very much for listening. Please like and share and comment if you found this useful. We'll go to part 2 on how to evaluate the RAG. We need to evaluate how accurate this is doing. So see you in the next session.